Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. As you can see on this program, I want to talk about the Holy Shroud of Turin, on which the image of the crucified Jesus miraculously appears. I also want to note on this program that there is an amazing prophecy in the Shroud of Turin about our President Barack Obama. As you know from my earlier programs, Barack Obama's number in Bible prophecy is 444. That's because he is the 44th president elected on the 4th of November. And the number 444 appears on the Shroud of Turin. Now, I am not the first to discover this. In fact, the number 444 is fairly obvious, and in a few moments I will give you a close-up of the shroud so you can see for yourself. In fact, I believe the Shroud of Turin is meant as a prophecy for the end times. The reason I believe this is because the shroud was hidden from view for thousands of years, and no one really understood the image until the advent of photography. Because this is not a photographic image of the shroud. This is actually a negative of the shroud. The face of Jesus was not apparent until, as I say, the invention of photography. Therefore, I think the shroud is very important for these end times for two reasons. First, I think it verifies the crucifixion and resurrection of our Lord for those of us living in these end times, which is so attuned to technology. Not only is this a photographic image, but with NASA technology it can be even reproduced in 3 dimensions. It is impossible for the Shroud of Turin to be a forgery. No one in the Middle Ages even conceived of such technology. And in fact, no one today can reproduce this type of mysterious image. Now let's look at where the number 444 is found on the Shroud of Turin. Now I'm going to zoom in on the number 444 as it is found on the Shroud of Turin, and hopefully you will be able to recognize the digits as they appear. Notice that the 444 is underlined. I believe this is to emphasize the extreme importance of this number. As I have been saying on these programs, Barack Obama is found in Bible prophecy. He is the leopard in Daniel chapter number 7, because the leopard has 4 heads and 4 wings. And Barack Obama is our 44th president. President Obama is also found in Daniel chapter number 11, because he is the last king of the South. And 444 is found in chapter number 11 in the verse structure of the first 12 verses and in the last 15 verses, as I have explained on other videos. So why should Barack Obama's number, that is 444, also be found on the Shroud of Turin? I believe the reason is to emphasize that he is found in Bible prophecy. It's extremely important for us, especially in the United States, to understand that President Barack Obama will be our last president, and he will lead us to defeat in World War III, as prophesied in Revelation, in Daniel, and now also on the Shroud of Turin. And if you would like more information, simply write to the address you see on your screen.